What if Deku was Sen remake? So let's begin. In the last one, Sans has winning the race part of the UA Sports Festival. So now the cavalry battle. Midnight say that Izuku have 1 million points. And everyone look at him. Not only because he have the point, it's because of him being a boy. And this somewhat shook him. But Izuku sighed and say, Midnight, can I ask something? And Midnight say, what is it? And Izuku say, can I do it solo? And everyone was in shock. And especially Pira and Amber, because they know Sans would not do such reckless thing. They wondering why is he doing this. Midnight say, very well if you show with this. And Izuku say thank you. Everyone getting ready for the cavalry battle. And when Midnight say start, Izuku take off his headband from his head and throw it to the air. Everyone was in shock to what Izuku just did. And Izuku say, I will give you girls about 3 minutes to get the headband before I did. And everyone think, is he being cocky? And no, Betty and Pira. No, Amber and Pira. No, Sen would not do such thing and he not a cocky type. But why is he doing this? Everyone tried to get the headband and Izuku is actually going to take a low point, like the lowest point ever, and take it one by one. For other students from the support course, general course, and the hero course. It's already over 3 minutes and Izuku see the headband, the 1 billion point headband is actually at Todoroki. And he smirk and say, well, time to try this. Izuku using his bone repel himself to boost him off, to launch himself toward Todoroki. Todoroki seeing this, so he create a ice wall, and Izuku knowing is Todoroki will do this. And Izuku create a bone. Izuku, you know what? I will give him something. Izuku summoned a bone, but the bone is different. The bone is somewhat a shape, a big sword. Let's say as big as a Demon Slayer sword. Not from the Demon Slayer, but from Black Clover. Is it Demon Slayer or Demon? I don't remember. The big sword that Asta have in the Black Clover. That as big. The bone that Sen create. The bone sword that Sen create. Sen destroy the ice. And Izuku and Sen jump on top using the ice. And his shoes is somewhat a ice grip, so it won't slip so easily. Izuku jumped from the ice and Todoroki told Ida to get running away from Izuku because Todoroki know if Izuku can get the the 1 million point. She done for. There's no way to getting it back. And Izuku smirk and say, "Oh, running, huh? Bob, Ida, you know you're the fastest. One of the fastest students in here. But you cannot defeat a literal teleportation." Izuku teleport in front of Ida and Toroki group, and Ida was forgot about Izuku can use teleport or shortcut. Izuku smirked and he jumped, and he landed to the ground, and Toroki looked to find the 1 million point headband, or is it 10 billion point headband? You know what, I just going to make it 1 million, because that just impossible to beat. 10 billion, seriously? Izuku say, "Thanks for the point." And I forgot to say this. The Papyrus and Ember is team, but with Frizz and Chara. Betty Ember as the rider, because of her quirk, can stretch her arm and shapeshift. So they can take a point, a headband from other people. Izuku would take his headband, but he not stopping there. He go hunt the other student. And everyone saying this, and they was confused why he doing this. Every time the girl tried to catch him and try to grab the point, Izuku dodged it. It's a few minutes or few hours, I don't remember how long they have the time is. I think a few minutes. Midnight say, "Time is up." And Midnight, everyone have the point, and everyone was in shock to know how many points Sen have. Sen have 2 million points on him. He have 2 million points, and everyone was in shock. Sen not only have the 1 million point, but he go capture take the other student point to get this much. Everyone was in shock. And let's say Ember team get the 3rd place, because yeah, I will give them the 3rd place. It's time for the fighting round. The combat area, I don't remember what it's called. The fighting tournament. Let's just say that. But it's break time. And Izuku go eating with Pira, Papyrus, Ember, and Fizz and Chara. And Sam make a bone barrier, because he don't want the other girl look at him, because he's somewhat scared of the girl, especially after they know that he have a quirk. So he a big target, especially for a wealthy family like Momo, like the Yayurozu family. Izuku talk with Frizz, Chara, and Ember with her little sister. And Ember asks, "So, Senzi, can you please tell me what is that form you take when a part of the race of the sports festival?" And Izuku say, "Oh, that is actually my ultra form. And Izuku Betty was confused. What do you mean by that? And to you guys who wondering what I mean by that as well, Izuku somewhat unlocked a form that using his soul power to become more stronger, like Delta Sen or Ultra Sen. And Izuku teach Papyrus to how to using it. And Izuku have limit to how many he can use. Izuku can only use 3, while Pira can only use 2 times. Everyone ate and fish as Amber. So why did you call Izuku Senzi? And Amber say, well, you guys already know about me, Senzi and Pira Pass. And you guys know about Izuku. Real name is actually, you know who? Actually Sans. And I live with him in the same place. And Izuku the kindest person I know. And I give him the nickname Senzi, while he gave me a nickname Betty, because my real name is actually Beta. And the girl was surprised. Oh no, Beta atau Beta. You know what? I will call her Beta. And Izuku, and she explained about what she did, what she been through. She was in shock that she almost as bad. The girl somewhat feels sorry for her, but Amber say, but compared to me, Sandy have more worse. Especially, he is a boy, and about you know who. Try to take his you know who. Not that take his power. Because she say that because there may be a bone barrier around them, but the other people can hear them if they listen closely. And Izuku say it was in the past, and I glad that 3 or 4 of us, no, 5 of us can live peacefully now. And the girls, except Fira, somewhat blush. And they remember something. Shit. Crap. I forgot about the deal. Crap. This is a problem. Sen already get the first place in 2 rounds, and me, Fritz or Chara not even getting the first place at all in this type of area. This is my last chance. If I get the first place in this tournament, Senzi will be mine. It is safe inside Fritz, Chara and Amber, of course. So the girl getting the turban, and Izuku and Pira seeing this, and they wondering why are they making them so hyped up and determined to win. So let's just go to the first part of the fight. Let's say Izuku. Wait a second, I have to think of something. Sorry about that, I have to think of something. I have an idea. The first match is Izuku vs Shoto Todoroki or Shota or Shuna. Both of them go inside of the ring, and Endeavor is not as bad as in the canon. Todoroki still have a mommy issue because Endeavor is a woman and Ray is a man now, and because of men don't have a quirk, so Endeavor still is not as bad in the canon, but Shoto still have a daddy issue or mom issue in this case. So Shoto's somewhat stubborn, but Izuku say, Shoto, can you please fight me with full power, please? And Shoto sighed and say, fine, because you are the strongest here, and you already show it by the race and the fight, and the cavalry battle. How the hell you even get that many points? And Izuku say, blame the what if narrator, and I say, oh screw you Sans. But anyway, both of them getting ready, and Shoto immediately using his power because he know if and Shoto literally used absolute zero in the first start of the match in the beginning, and Izuku create a barrier. You know what? He don't create at all a barrier. Izuku smirk because of the attack getting closer to him. And then Izuku stand in the weird position, and he inhale, and then he roll, and there a big giant energy blast coming out from Sans mouth or Izuku mouth, and it actually make a giant explosion, and there a big cloud of smoke, and then everyone see Todoroki is out of the ring now. Let's go to Pira versus Shinzo. Shinzo say, you must be lucky to born with such a powerful quirk, and me having a somewhat a villainous quirk. And Pira say, oh don't say it like that, I sure your quirk not that villainous. And Shinzo smirk, and then she say, gotcha. And Pira was confused why Shinzo saying that, and Shinzo say, walk out of the ring. And then Pira say why, and Shinzo was in shock because of his brainwashing. Her brainwashing quirk doesn't work on Pira, and she was confused why is it not working. And I would say this, Pira might be smart, but she is dense. So let's just say Shinzo quirk would not work on Pira because of she being dense, and because of Pira having a mental torture, the quirk not. And I forgot to say this, Izuku and Pira have been through mental torture, even Amber. And Izuku say, hey, Shinzo look And Izuku say, my sister might be a my sister is actually a smart one, but she is actually a dance. And Pira say, hey, it's true, but you don't need to say it out loud so bluntly. And Izuku say, see? And Izuku and Shizuo say, oh my god, I really been defeated by an idiot. And Pira say, oh, why do you call me that? They're not very nice. And Shinzo say, oh, just shut up. And you don't know what I've been through. And Pira sigh and say, she turned around and Shizuo was confused. Why is she doing that? And Pira somewhat pull up back of her shirt, and everyone seeing and it was in shock. And they see how many scars they have. And Pira say, well, you see, my childhood not very nice. My biological mother tortured and experimented at me and my brother. And she make and it left us a scar. But thanks to Miss Inko saving us, we have a new future, a new light, and I'm sure that you can be a hero if you try as hard as you can. So please, work harder. And Shinzo somewhat blushed and skipped a bit. And yes, Pira is lesbian in this, as well as Shinzo. Because why not? This will be great for me. But anyway, Shinzo somewhat looked down and said, I surrender, she win. And Pira said, why do you do that? And Pira said, shut up, baka. Yeah, that type of relationship. It's gonna be fun for me to think over it. Sorry, it's just funny for me. But anyway, let's go to the next match. It's Bakugo vs Kirishima. Bakugo win. Who should I put? Yeah, I will make Iba. No, she will in the 5 part. You guys will understand soon. But anyway, let's go to the third match. We have third match Baku versus Izuku. No, Baku versus Kirishima. No, that will be Baku versus. That will be Bakugo. Let's just say Baku versus. Yeah, you know what? I will do this. Bakugo is versus Kirishima because there are a lot of spots and I will fill in with that. And Bakugo win. And who I should make? Ida versus Tokuyami. Tokuyami win. Now let's go to my. What should put next? Kaminari versus. You know what? Yeah, Kaminari versus May or Mina. Let's just say Kaminari win. And let's go to Ember versus Ibarra. So Ibarra versus Ember. And Ibarra tried to attack Ember. And Ember jumped to the air and he somewhat shift her arm to make it a claw, and so she sliced away the vine. And she go to Ember and punch her right to the gut. Now, wait a second. So about that, I think Aoyama versus yeah, that would, if my math correct, that should be about, wait a second. Let's just say Chara versus Zero, and Chara win because she can cut through Zero tape and she punched Zero out of the ring. Freeze win by dodging Ayama laser beam and punch her out of the ring like Chara. So next match. The first match is Izuku versus Pira. And both of them go to the ring and say, "Are you ready, brother?" And Izuku say, "Yeah, let's do this." Midnight says start, but Pira and Sen stand still, and everyone was confused to why they doing this. And then they see a glow. A bright glow. Izuku is red now. Is brightening with a red aura, while Pira is brightening with an orange aura. The brightness somewhat can blind people for a moment, and when the light fade out, they look to sense Izuku and Pira, and they see Izuku and Pira appearance is changed. Both of their hair is now glowing is orange and red, not white anymore. And they see Pira having a gauntlet, while Sen somewhat having a gauntlet, but Izuku gauntlet is more like a claw gauntlet. And both of them run at each other. Izuku and Pira punch, and there make a big gust of wind. Both of them punch, kicking and jumping back, using both of their attack, and making a Gaster Blaster summoning bomb shooting at each other. Both of them fighting in high speed, and most of people cannot even sing how they moving right now. They was in shock to see how strong both of them really is. Izuku say, "You're getting good, sis." And Pira say, "Thank you, brother. But time to end this." Pira put one of her hand to the air, and there's something summoning. She summoned a bone, not a normal bone, a bone battle axe. And Izuku say, "Yeah, time to end this." Izuku summoned a bone scythe, and both of them ran at each other and slashing. They make a gust of wind, and people think, are they fighting or are they trying to kill each other? Because if a normal person get hit by that, they will die. Everyone was in shock, and then both Freeze and Izuku and Pira jumped backward in the point of the end of the ring, and both of them say, "Time to end this." Both of them charged a Gaster Blaster, a huge one, and fire at each other. It's somewhat like a Dragon Ball energy beam clash, and it's in both of them evenly matched. But something happened. Izuku say, "I need more stronger to show to never mess with me anymore." Izuku's eyes get glowing brighter red, and his blast getting stronger. And it pushed Pira to the corner, sending her flying to the outside of the ring. So the winner is Izuku. Now, the second match of the second round, Bakugo win. And let's just say there's someone watching the match of Izuku and Pira on top of the UA Sports Festival arena or stadium, and say, "So he is the one that grandma told me about." So let's go to Kaminari and Ember match. Both of them in the ring, and Kaminari, after hearing, began the fight. Kaminari immediately charged a high volt attack, and then she think that she might get a good, can knock out Ember using her high voltage. But she was in shock to see that Ember is actually not faced by this. Ember say, "Do you really think such weak attack, such thing will hurt me? I trained myself so electric volt would not affect me." And Kaminari was in shock. And Ember say, "Time to end this." Ember shift her arm to make it grow bigger, and she ran at Kaminari and punched her out. And I just realized I make Face Chara and Ember match most of the time punch people out of the ring, but meh, the three of them is strong enough. About that, and I forgot to say this, Face and Chara can only use 20% of One for All. And Face and Chara match. So, if I remember, I say that Chara win the first match. First part get the third place. So I will do it like this. Both Face and Chara fighting, and both of them is evenly matched. But Face have an idea. She forced herself with 30% of One for All and run at Chara and push her outside of the arena, making her the winner of this match. So let's go to the third part of this match. Izuku versus Bakugo. And Bakugo knows she cannot defeat Izuku. Even though she is having a superiority complex, she know her place to what Izuku can do, and she know Izuku can win only by using his blue magic or blue quirk. Sorry about that. I mean blue attack or blue move. I don't know what to call it. Oh, telekinesis. And push her outside of the ring. And both of them go inside of the ring and say, and Midnight say, start the match. And Baku say, so, hey, before you defeating me, can you tell me something? And Izuku asks, what is it? And Bakugo say, why are you not using your telekinesis and push everyone outside of the ring? And Izuku say, well, because it won't be fair. And I want to show how strong I am. And Bakugo asks, why though? And Izuku say, to show to never mess with me. And everyone was in shock because they never see sense to be such type of character to make people want people to scare of him. And now is Ember and Pira realize what he did doing, and she said, both of them say, this is why he doing all of this. He want to show her to never mess with him at all. And Chara and Fritz was confused for a moment, and then they realized what both Fritz and Chara saying. They mean by her is all for one, to never try to mess with him. So Baku say, fine, let's just start the match. Bakugo and Izuku fight. Bakugo tries to attack Sans, and Sans sometimes dodge the attack. And Izuku say, well, time to end this. Izuku put his hand to the air, and Baku was confused what he doing, and he see a bunch of bone. And Izuku say, well, I hope you like my new special attack. Bone speed rush. Izuku somewhat summon a string. And why are you guys wondering how the hell he can summon a string? Because I giving him a string power like arrow, and so he using all of his string, he intact the string to all of the bone wrapping around it, and Izuku put his hand down and the bone coming faster, and Baku saying this, so she immediately using her strongest explosion and destroy all of the bone that coming at her. And the impact and backlash of the explosion somewhat dislocated her arm and somewhat make it hurt. And Izuku seeing this and say, gotcha. And Izuku summon a bone from the ground, and the bone punch, if it can call a punch, or hit Baku at the stomach, sending her flying outside of the ring. Why not? Let's just say, yeah, you know what? Sure, why that is. Freeze in charge now is Ember versus Freeze. Freeze summon a knife because he know about Ember have somewhat a regeneration. So she don't hold back for slashing Ember in pieces. Both of them fighting, and Ember was quite strong, and Freeze was in shock to see how strong she is. And Freeze has having an idea. Freeze charged all of her energy into her arm, not only one for all, but also, and she using 50% one for all, and she using his own quirk, and I think I call it determination or something, or red energy, and she charged on one of his arm, and she ran at Ember, dodging all of Ember attack and punch her to the guts, and the impact force of the punch sending Ember flying to the wall of the stadium and making a crater, and a huge one at that. And everyone say was amazed to see how strong she is, and but they were in shock to see that Freeze's arm somewhat dislocated itself out of the place. And Izuku sighed and say, "Let me do this." Izuku shortcut inside of the ring and say, "Your Freeze," and Freeze say, "Oh hey Sans, can you please help me with this?" And Sensei, "Fine." Izuku grabbed Freeze's arm and put it, dislocated it back to the right place. It's hurt. And Freeze say, "Ow, that hurt." And Sensei, "Well, next time don't using full power, you idiot." And he somewhat flicked his finger at Freeze's forehead, and Sensei, "I will see if Ember is doing alright." And Izuku asks, "So, are you want a rest, or are you going to start just the match?" And Freeze say, "Let's see if Ember is alright and she don't have a big damage, so we can start the match." And Izuku say, "Cool." Izuku look at Ember and see Ember is regenerated, but her clothes in other hand, and Izuku somewhat blush and say, "God damn it, Ember." Izuku take off his UA sport uniform, jacket, t-shirt, and give it to Ember and say, "Close your private area, please. Close your chest, please. I can see your you know what." And Ember somewhat blush and say, somewhat smile and say, "Pervert." And Izuku say, "Oh, screw you. Oh, why am I a pervert? While you literally just kissed me right in front of everyone in the class." And everyone cannot hear what he say, and say, "Ember is doing alright, so we can start the match." And Mina say, "Are you too sure about this?" And Izuku say, "Yeah, we sure." So it's now the match. And Izuku somewhat create a blade, and both of them, yeah, Freeze create a big boy knife, and Sans create a bone katana, and both of them run at each other and fight and having a ultimate sword battle. And Izuku and Freeze push Sans back to the to the corner of the ring and Fish say, trying to end this. She ran with a high speed at Sans, and Sans said, oh shit, I cannot run. There's no exit. Well, when Fish getting closer, Sans smirked and say, gotcha, and Fish just realized what Sans just did. Sans teleport behind Fish, and then Sans kicked Fish outside of the ring, kicked Fish back and pushing her outside of the ring and say, next time be careful please. And Fish say, hey, that dirty trick. And Izuku say, yeah, I know, but in the real world, a villain will use the same type of trick, so you should be aware of this. And Fish say, sigh and say, fine. And let's go to the person on top of the arena and say, it's time. The person jumped down. Izuku still inside of the ring and say, so I'm the victory, right? But then he said something. He looked to the air and see someone and say, what the hell? The person flying towards Sans, and the person someone create a weapon. Summon a weapon, and Izuku see this, and the person is coming at him, and Izuku feels something from the sword. When the person slash the sword towards Sans, there are energy slash, and Izuku immediately moved back. Izuku saying this and say, no, the person land to the inside of the ring, and Izuku asks, who the hell are you? And the person call her, what should I call her? Let's call her Ram. She introduced herself as Ram, and she wearing a mask, and then she take off her mask, and she having a coat that have a hood, and she pull off the hood, and everyone see. They see a white hair girl with a line between her face and having a purple eye, and having a red pupil, and say, my name is Ren, nice to meet you. The hero tried to get inside of the ring to stop the person who entering the match, but Ren put his hand to the air, and there summoned a black bone, and Izuku was in shock to see she someone having a power the same like him. And Pira, how? And Izuku asks, why do you come here? And what are you doing here? What are you doing? Ram, I think I call her Ram. Ram pointing her sword at Sen and say, I want to fight you. And Izuku was confused, and he sighed and said, fine, I will fight you. And Ram say, good. And inside of Rem's head, I finally can see how strong my blood relative is. Both of them is great and blade, a sword as well. And both of them run at each other and fight, lashing at each other. And both of them fighting with a high speed attack. And they're using a bones, attacking each other. And someone against the blaster. Izuku was in shock to see that this girl have the same power as him, and her Gaster Blaster is actually the same like him. But one time, Ram jumped to the air and put his hand upward, and Izuku was in shock to see what she did. Her arm shift to become bigger, and it's somewhat like Ember, but Ember quirk, but it's black. Her skin is black when he shift, and she or Flash and punch. He slammed his hand to the ground where Sen is. Sen dodging the attack, and she was in shock. How is she having the same core as me and Amber? How? Amber seeing this and was in shock. And Izuku say, "Who are you?" And Amber say, "No, Ram say, my name is Ram. But I will just say this. I related to you. So, and I want to know how strong I am to fight my own bloodline, my own So show me your full power, and I will show you my full power." Ram is engulfed with black aura, and Izuku was in shock, and he know what this form she about to do, and say, "To tell me, he have a ultra form." Ram was engulfed with a black aura, and when the aura fade out, everyone see her hair is now black. And Izuku say, "You have ultra form? But how?" Ram say, "It's what you don't need to know it. Let's just fight." Both Ram and Izuku say fine. Izuku turned to his ultra form and both of them fighting. But Izuku was surprised to know that Ram is more stronger than him. And say, "How is she more stronger than me?" But when I think about it, she have the same power as Betty, as Amber. So they will be more dangerous than I thought. Ram turned her hand to become a drill, somewhat a drill spike, and she go to charge at Izuku. Izuku create a Gaster Blaster to block the attack, but the spike drill spinning around, making a drill motion, piercing through the Gaster Blaster. And not only that, piercing through Izuku chest. Pira, Fritz, Shara, and Amber see this and say no! And Izuku fall back down. And Izuku, yeah, he fell down. And Amber walked to him and said, "I was disappointed to see how weak you are, father." And Izuku said, "What?" And Izuku somewhat turned unconscious. Ram walked away. But she feels something, and turn her back, and she see Izuku stand up, but his aura is different, and she say to herself, "How is this possible? That should kill him. How?" And Izuku say, "I will not give up yet." Izuku was engulfed with a black and dark aura. And Izuku screaming on top of his lung, and his aura shooting through the air. Its entire from UA to other city can see this bright light. You know what? Entire city can see a bright light, a dark bright light from the where USJ is. And when the light fade out, everyone look at Izuku, and they see Izuku's hair is now different. His hair not only red, but is black and having a shade of red, and his eye is now pure darkness, having a red glowing eye, iris of pupil, and having a purple glow, and he having the same mark around Ram's face. And Ram somewhat was in shock. And Ram was to see this. Say, "So she have another form. Interesting." Ram say, "Doesn't matter, I can kill you." Izuku run. Before Ram can do anything, Izuku is in front of Ram, and he punched Ram to the gut, sending her flying to the air. Izuku teleport himself behind Ram and kick him back to the ground. And Ram was in shock to see how strong Izuku become, and see how is he this strong. And All Might even and the bone around the USJ, no, the UA. Izuku put his hand to the air, and there a black stream coming out from his finger, and the black stream wrapped around all of the bone, and Izuku pulled all the bone to one place, and Izuku summoned a Guster Blaster. But the Guster Blaster is different than before. The Guster Blaster having a larger horn, somewhat like a demon back horn, and fire, destroying the bone. Ram was in shock, and she was in fear for first time. And All Might go down and say, "Yabudora, stop!" She tried to stop Izuku from moving, but Izuku grabbed All Might's face and threw her out of the UA. And let's say The other hero tried to stop Izuku, but it was no use. And then therefore people come at Izuku and it was Amber, Fish, Chara and Betty. No, Pira, Fish, Chara and Amber. They go to Sen, run to Sen and hug him. Say, Sen, stop, please. Please. And Sen was enraged, but he somewhat calming down and starting to cry. And Izuku turned, his black energy aura fade out. And then he knocked unconscious. And everyone seeing this. And even Ram and Amber, Fish, Chara look at Ram and say, who are you and why are you doing this? And Izuku's no, Ram say, I will come back. And then she somehow fade away. No, teleport herself away because of her having a same shortcut as Izuku. Man, this is already too long. And I will be surprised if anyone want to watch this long. But anyway, everyone go to infirmary, then still unconscious. And Pira say, I will go outside, I want to grab a drink. Do you guys want any drink? And the girls say, we want a strawberry juice. Or a strawberry soda. And Pira say, alright, I will go get a strawberry soda. The girl looked down and Amber say, why can I not be strong? Fish and Charles agree and say, same here. Sen's always protecting us. But who protecting him? We cannot even protect him at all. And they say, and we want to get, and we use this chance to get the fourth festival, to get the first place. But in the end, we don't even win. He win the match. And we was caught up on having him as for our own, and to forget about to become stronger, no, to be able to protect him. And Izuku say, what do you guys mean by that? Everyone look and they say, Amber say, wait, how long have you been wake up? Izuku say, well, apart when you guys say about take this chance to win me or something. And Sensei, can you guys explain to what you guys mean by that? And the girl somewhat blush and decide and explain everything. And Izuku say, so you using the sport festival to get the first, whoever get the first place can get me, and the loser will not get near me at all. And the girl nod and Sensei, and you guys not only lost, not a, you guys don't even win any of the match at the first place. You guys try to get it, but you guys don't get the first place at any type of events. And you guys think, and you think this, and you guys don't think this true to get more stronger, more stronger than that. The girl nod and sense sigh and say, and you guys still will try to get me, am I right? And the girl nod again and say, if only you guys can share me. And the girls just realize something and they say, wait, we can. And Izuku say, what? Wait, what? The girls say, the Japanese having a law that a man can marry to 5 women. So you can marry 5 of us. So how about that? And Izuku say, wait, are you guys serious? Of all people, you guys want me. And the girls say not. And Izuku sigh and say, fine, I will be your girl's boyfriend from now on. And the girl was happy and go hug him. And Sensei, oh, please, I still hurt, you know. And the girl say sorry. And Amber say, so who you think Ram is? And Izuku say, I don't know, but she said something when I was almost unconscious, almost at deathbed. And the girl asks, what did she say? She say father. And everyone was in shock. And Fritz and Chara remember that Ram can do the same thing as Amber. And the Fritz and Chara look at Amber and Sen and say, don't tell me you two already. And Amber blushed red and say, no, we never do that at all. I maybe in love with him back then, but I don't have the courage to doing that at all. You see me right now, I don't even have the courage to do it again right now as well. And they say true. And Izuku say, and last time I checked, I still have my virginity, if I remember. And Izuku say, but I think she's somewhat a biological daughter of me and Amber. And the girl say, how? And Izuku say, cloning process. And the girl was in shock and say, what do you mean by that? Izuku say, well, when I was younger, I hear my biological mother and someone talking about making a clone. And I see that maybe Ram is actually a clone of me and Amber. So that technically making her me and Amber biological daughter. And the girl was in shock and say, well, not only you will have having a 3 girlfriend, but you already having a daughter. Wow. And Sensei, hey, I was surprised as well, so don't blame me. And the girl say, yeah, sure. But anyway, I will end it right here. Sorry for the long video. And You guys must be surprised to what I just do. What I just pulled just now. But anyway, see ya. Bye bye.